A new ACC18 form has been created to cater for the new requirements for medical certificates. However, the existing ACC18 form has been retained and can be utilised to submit historical ACC18 forms manually. To access the new form, click on Module, Accidents, and ACC18. We'll start with the Injury Details tab. This allows you to select the ACC45 number for the patient. If you click on the ellipsis, it will bring up a list of the patient accidents. Select the accident, and you will see that it auto-populates the information on the bottom of the screen. If you require additional diagnosis codes, you will need to use the Add button at the bottom left-hand side here. The ACC18 form, as well as the ACC45 form, allows you to add 10 diagnoses altogether. To delete a diagnosis, select the Delete checkbox here. Existing diagnosis codes can be changed by entering a different diagnosis code in its place. Please ensure the most relevant diagnosis is marked as the primary diagnosis by selecting this checkbox. Only one can be selected as the primary diagnosis. The ACC18 number here will be generated by ACC. It will only be displayed on successful acceptance by ACC. We will now move to the Ability to Work tab. Here you can enter the unfit for work, initial and subsequent restrictions time periods. You can also allow the entry of the date of when the patient can return back to normal work. The following rules apply to the Ability to Work tab. You can only enter subsequent restrictions after initial restrictions time periods have been entered. If fully unfit for work dates have been entered, you must provide details in the comments field. This is found here. The ACC18 form allows entry of up to 3 time periods for time off work or restricted work. For example, you can enter a combination of 1 period of fully unfit and 2 periods of fit for some work on the same medical certificate. And the time off work or restricted work periods can occur in any order but must have no overlaps or gaps and must not start before the accident date. It must end on the day before the date the patient returns to work. If there's an issue with the dates you've selected, a warning message will be displayed with full details of what the error is. We will now move to the Assistance Required tab. This tab allows you to enter the assistance that is required for the patient to return back to work. If Yes is selected here, then you must select either of the 2 options listed here. If you do not select an option, a warning message will be displayed. The rest of this tab is optional. Moving on to the Patient Provider Declaration. The provider must select the checkbox after discussing with the patient and the patient authorises the submission of this form. Select that here. The date will automatically populate to today's date. As well as the details specified in this ACC18 form, certain patient demographics and provider details are also submitted along with this form. Some are mandatory and some are optional, and for full details please refer to the release notes. If any mandatory data is missing from the ACC14 form, a single warning prompt will be displayed. For a full list of what is missing, read this form here. Once an ACC18 form has been submitted and accepted, it will be uneditable. If rejected or parked, it can be edited. Any changes to the diagnosis after the form has been submitted and accepted, it must be submitted using a new ACC18 form or the Change of Diagnosis form. The form is submitted instantly when the OK button is clicked. If the form is rejected due to issues or errors, these will be displayed to the provider as well as in the claim status screen, which is found under Module, Accidents, and Claim Status.